Always students ask me about perspective drawing and some of the tips about perspective. One of the most important issues in perspective is how to draw the same distances. In this video, I will explain all the rules of drawing the same distances in the perspective. I want to draw some examples in one-point perspectives, and I want to show you how to determine same distances in perspective. Okay, first of all, I drew some light poles with the same distance and the same height. Then I want to find the midpoint of each light pole, so I have to draw the diagonals of each of these rectangular surfaces. And as you can see, each light pole with another one forms a rectangular surface. When I draw all of the diagonals for each rectangular surface, it's time to find the midpoint of each light pole. And as I said before, the distances between all of the light poles are the same, and we can show that by the X letter. Now, as you see, I found the midpoints of all of the light poles, and I can connect all of them to each other. Now I want to draw these light poles with the same distance in one-point perspective. So first of all, I should draw the horizontal line, and I determine the location of the vanishing point exactly on the horizontal line. Then I should draw the first light pole, and after that, from the bottom and the top of the light pole, I should draw two lines that they are converging to the vanishing point. So by drawing these two lines that they're converging to the vanishing point, I can determine the top and bottom of each light pole. As I said before, the distance between each two light pole is the same, and I show them by the X letter. Now I want to draw the third light pole. So imagine this is the bigger rectangular surface between these three light poles, and I want to draw the diagonal of this rectangular surface. So as you see in the elevation view, the diagonal of the rectangle surface is a line that starts from the top of the first light pole and then reaches the midpoint of the second light pole and continues to the bottom of the third light pole. So I must repeat the same thing in perspective view. I determine the midpoint of the first light pole in perspective, and I draw a line from this midpoint to the vanishing point, and then I start to draw a diagonal of this rectangular surface in perspective. I show the midpoint of the light poles by the letter N. And I should draw the third light pole just where the diagonal reaches the ground line. And I have to do the same to draw the rest of the light poles with the same distance in one-point perspective. There are 5 light poles in elevation view with the same distance, so I want to draw 5 light poles in perspective view too. Okay, I drew some simple lines in elevation and perspective view, and now I want to add more details to convert these simple lines to light poles. This is a very important rule that you can use to draw anything at the same distances in the perspective. In addition to light poles, I want to draw some arc and arcades in one-point perspective with the same distance. So as I said before, first of all, I draw the horizontal line. I choose the vanishing point on the horizontal line, and I should draw the first vertical line. From the top and bottom of the first vertical line, I draw some lines that they're converging to the vanishing point, and then I draw the first vertical line, just according to the midpoints in the light poles. For finding the midpoints, I draw the diagonal of each rectangular surface. As you see, I determine the location of the third vertical line, and I continue drawing diagonals for finding the locations of another vertical lines in perspective with the same distances. I should draw some other lines for show the thickness of each columns, and I want to convert them to arc and arcades in perspective. Here, a square or rectangular surface is created between the two columns, and I have to draw the diagonals of this surface. Right where the diagonals intersect each other, the midpoint is determined. Then, by the midpoint, you can draw arcs in an arcade. If you enjoyed this video and learn how to draw the same distances in one point perspective, please like this video and write your comments for me. I continue drawing arcades between each two columns, and as you see, there are some arcades with the same distance in one point perspective. Then I want to draw some thicknesses and setbacks in each arcades in perspective. Another example by this rule is draw some trees with the same distance in one point perspective. I draw the horizontal line again, and I choose the vanishing point exactly on the horizontal line. After that, I want to draw the first tree according to the vanishing point, and I continue drawing in one point perspective. I draw two lines from the top and bottom of the tree to the vanishing point, and I draw another line in the midpoint of the tree that this line is converging to the vanishing point too, and according to these guidelines and guide points, I draw another trees in one point perspective. It's enough to assume each tree as a simple vertical line and repeat that rules that I explained before. After that, I wanna color the trees by markers, and I choose two different green markers for coloring the trees. First, I color some parts of the trees by the light green according to the light direction. Then I make some shadows by dark green. Here, for show the lighting of the light poles, I wanna use the yellow marker and I just draw some simple lines. And here, some shadows in the arcades by the gray marker. Thanks for watching this video, my dear friends. Please subscribe my channel and stay with me for more tutorials about architectural drawing.